What's going on YouTube? If you're new around here, I just want to let you know that I upload Search and Destroy gameplay every single day. So if that's your kind of thing, then make sure to subscribe. Enjoy the video. So I got to play Season 6 for the last couple of days. This meta hasn't really changed since the last season, which is unfortunate. But yeah, here's what you basically need to use for the rest of Cold War until Vanguard comes out. Alright, so I'm just going to start with some SMGs. Of course, everyone knows the best for most of the game has been AK-74U. I like to use the Groza suppressor, Liberator barrel, Spetsnaz grip, 40 round speed mag, and Gorilla scrap. This gun has been pretty much a staple in my creative class for most of the entire game. Sometimes I use the KGB eliminator. Like if you're playing against like a full party and they're all going to be calling you out anyway, then it's probably best to use this. But you know, for sneakiness and for being able to flank and get in behind people, it's probably best to use the Groove suppressor. So everyone's favorite gun, the Tech 9. The nerfs didn't really do loads to it. It is at least beatable as opposed to the Marshals, which are just unstoppable right now. But this class still works despite the nerf. So I use the full auto repeater, the Ranger barrel, field agent grip, Stanag 30 round mag, and the Serpent wrap. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this gun is going to go anywhere for the rest of the game, so I guess we just got to get used to it being probably the best gun. LC10, this class is probably one of the most used ones. Agency suppressor, range barrel, field agent grip, serpent wrap, and raider stock. Not really much to say about this class. It's yeah, it's just you can beam people from far away, from close. It doesn't really matter. It can always compete. It's just a solid all-around gun. I also quite using this Mac. It's not as common as it used to be, but like from point blank range, yeah, it can actually demolish people. It's actually insane. So I use the sound suppressor, reinforced heavy, the field agent grip, the 53 round fast mag, and the Raider stock. If you can control the recoil, you will have a fun time with this setup. So one of my favorite guns in the game for the whole year has absolutely been the MP5. I change around the class a lot, but this one I've been using recently and I've been absolutely beaming with it. So yeah, I use the Soakum Eliminator, the Ranger Barrel, Field Agent Grip, Serpent Grip, and No Stock. You can just run around like a madman, like so fast, the movement is so smooth, and you can destroy people from close range of course, and some far range as well if you can control it. Yeah, a lot of fun to use. I would highly recommend this class. For assault rifles, I've been using the C58. It got like a nice buff recently. The handling is so much better. When I first used this gun, like I remember just not being able to control the recoil at all, and it was just the time scale was so slow, and it was just an all-around bad gun. Like it was really bad gun for that season. Recently got some buffs. The handling is really smooth now. The time scale is really nice, and yeah, it's just a very solid assault rifle. Yeah. So I used the Microflex LED. I guess you can use the longer scopes or no scope if you prefer it, but I just think this one looks the smoothest. Infantry compensator, Ranger barrel. The 60 round drum mag has a little bit of a damage reduction, but also adds extra vertical recoil control, which is yeah, you don't really notice the damage difference, but the recoil control you can actually feel a lot with this attachment. And finally, the speed tape. So I've been absolutely praising the Krig all year round. I don't know why people don't use this more. It's honestly just, yeah, it's insane. I'm surprised that when the pros were like banning guns, they didn't ban this one because this is just fucking insane. It's just literally zero recoil. It's so good. So I used the Microflex LED, the Soakum Eliminator, Range Barrel, Field Agent Grip, and Airborne Elastic Wrap. You can just melt people with this setup. It's so good. I would recommend this to everybody in the world. It's so good. So they brought back the Galil or the Grav. I didn't really play Black Ops 3, and apparently it was in Black Ops 4 as well, but I don't really remember ever using it, so it must have been a pretty weak gun. But yeah, they brought this gun back, and it's actually pretty good. I used the Soakum Eliminator, the Ranger Barrel, the 40 round speed mag, the Serpent wrap, and Marathon stock. I think the most important thing is to have the speed mag on it, or like the extended mags, because there's just something about this gun though, it just doesn't really kill fast enough, and I feel like you're always reloading, and the reload speed is a little bit slow. Like the amount of times where I've ended up getting double reloads because I thought I should be finished is insane. But yeah, I did try this 30 round converter just to have the extra damage, and honestly I didn't really notice much of a difference in the damage itself, but I did notice a massive difference not having the extra ammo capacity. So I'm obviously not much of a sniper, if you have been following me. I don't know, I just don't really think there's much of a challenge in it. I kind of feel like if I was to snipe for a week, I would probably never lose a gunfight again, because just the aim assist in this game is just horrible. It's so overpowered, and I don't know. I just prefer to run and gun, I suppose. But when I do snipe, this is what I would usually use. Maybe I'm not the best person to give advice on sniping, but yeah, this is what I use, and whenever I use it, it's guaranteed 20 kill game pretty much. It's yeah, crazy. So Tiger Team barrel, the bruiser grip, the 7-round speed mag, serpent wrap, and marathon pad. Honestly, there's not really much I can say more about this because I don't really snipe. Yeah, but like I said, it works for me. It'll probably work for you. So I rarely use this, but I call this the guaranteed 20 bomb game gun because yeah, it's just fucking ridiculous. People should complain about this gun more because it's actually like pretty much undefeatable when it's at like mid to long range, you know? If you're already pre-aiming with this class, you're not gonna lose a gunfight. You literally cannot lose a gunfight. So I use the Axial Arms 3x scope, the Sulcum Eliminator, the Strike Team barrel for that little bit of extra fire rate and damage. It really helps. Front grip for the underbarrel, and speed tape on the handle. Yeah, like I said, absolute beam machine. So next we have the asshole class, because yeah, you can see already I'm using the stoner with the thermal scope. I don't really use it very often. I only use it when, for example, people are camping in the back of Nuketown on search and with snipers and stuff. And this class setup is just a way to counter snipers and to pick off people who are just sitting back and won't actually move up. So if I'm running in with an SMG and these guys are just sitting back in their spawn, then I'm just going to whip out this class and pick them off before they can even get out of their spawn, if they even try to leave. So you use the thermal scope, like I said, the suppressor, the task force barrel, field agent grip, and airborne elastic wrap. This one is pretty important because you have the 90% flinch resistance, so if people are trying to shoot back through the smoke, then it won't affect you as much. And obviously you need to use a smoke grenade as your tactical. So for secondaries, there's not really many I use anymore. So sometimes I'll use this E-tool, the shuffle, because you basically have the fastest movement speed, especially with Sprinklet. You can go insanely fast. I haven't really leveled the iron hide up a lot, but this class actually, it works extremely well. I'm using the duckbill choke, the extended barrel, the 7-round tube, drop shot wrap, and the shotgun stock. Yeah, it's kind of cool, I guess. Obviously can't keep up with the marshals, but it's fun. You know, it has a bit of good distance, and I guess it does take a bit more skill because you have to be more accurate with it, which is quite nice. After that, of course, you can use this. I hate using them, but Xena Mag, Dragon's Breath, dual wield really ruins the game. But anyway, yeah, it's the best secondary if you want to know. Sometimes I use this, the amp, Sulcum Eliminator, Task Force barrel, 5 milliwatt laser, the last fast mag with 20 rounds, and dual wield. I sometimes use these pistols as well, but I probably wouldn't recommend them. They recoil a lot. Tactical has always will be stim shot. Some situations it's fine to use the smoke, but if you're not using stim shot, then you're doing something wrong. Lethal and field upgrade are interchangeable depending on what you want to do. If you want to rush in, or if you have a certain play you want to make, then you can pick one of these. Perks, I always use the same ones. Black jacket and tactical mask. For this one, actually scavenger I only have on for the marshals, so I'd usually use gearhead and quartermaster. And for perk 3, usually I like to start the game with gung ho and ninja, and then after a couple of rounds, if they get a spy plane, obviously switch to ghost, and if they have no spy plane, then I'll just use spycraft anyway, because yeah, it's good to be able to avoid field mics and yeah, all the other what are they called, field upgrades, and obviously using perk greed as the wild card. So yeah, like I said at the start of the video, I upload search and destroy gameplay every single day, so that's the kind of thing that makes you subscribe. If this video did help you out, I'd really appreciate you dropping a like, and yeah, let me know in the comments below if you ended up using any of these class setups and if they worked well for you or not. Have a nice day.